My name is Arbinder Singh Duggal and this is my story. I'm going to be showing you how to make two very different, vibrant dishes, both vegan and both combining my love of Indian spices and flavors with French cooking technique. So let's get started. So the first dish which I'm going to do is a fermented lentil donuts, which is going to go with the tamarind water with some carrot and mooli, really vibrant in color, really tasty. In order to start with that, I've got some lentil over here, which has been soaked overnight in the water. First thing what we need to do is just drain out the water. Second thing is that we just need to make a coarse paste of it. So what I'm doing over here is I'm trying to take a lentil. It is called a mung lentil. This one, very little amount of water needs to go into it. The main reason behind soaking it up is that it's ferment, it's absorb water. It's gonna give you that donut texture in your mouth. So next thing what I'm gonna add in it's a bit of spices, just a little bit of cumin seeds in it. Just a little small piece of ginger, just go in it. Just a tiny bit of green chili, just to give a nice kick in it. And we're just gonna add a bit of salt. And what we're going to do is that we are just going to blitz it up. Obviously my mom, yeah, she's a wonderful cook. She taught me how to use the spices, how to use the lentils, how to use, the vegetarian dishes. I'm very much fond of, eating a lot of vegetarian dishes at home. So what I've got over here is that, as you can see, it's been blitzed nicely. That's what we are looking at. I'm going to empty it up in a bowl. So that's the kind of a texture what we are looking at. Just a little bit of water is there. We don't need too much of water. It's really important. Taste, taste, and taste. You just need a tiny bit of salt in it. And just on side, what I've got is a pan with oil. What we're going to do with this is deep fry this lentil mix. Just be very careful. Make sure you have your perforated spoon and a tray ready with a cloth. The really key to it, fry it on a very slow medium heat. Don't try to cook it on a very high heat because it's going to burn straight away. I'm just going to do a tester over here. You see, it's just going to puff up a little bit on the top. So you see, the oil is on a perfect temperature. The lentil donuts, it's really puffed up, it's nice and golden. And now we're going to start making it up. Mom used to make it this kind of donuts every single time at home. A lot of tamarind in it, a lot of chutneys around it. It's a really, really important part of our, day-to-day eating over there back in India. So I'm just going to deep fry them up a little bit till it's going to get nice and golden brown in color. Training was a very, very important part of my life. Trained in very classic Indian cookery back in India in Mumbai. Worked over there in tandoor and curry. When I just came back over to the UK, my first job was to work in a gastropub. Then when I came back in London, started working in a very classic French restaurants in central London for 7-8 years. And that helps to develop my cooking skill, my idea that how to combine the spice element in the French cuisine. You need to be really careful when you're frying your fermented. Look at this golden color. That's what we are looking for. This makes me really exciting. The donuts are coming really well. Straight away, what we can crack on the side is to make a mix of carrots and mooli. So just taking a little bit of mooli in a bowl. We're going to make you can say a salad or a pickle salad with carrots, grated carrots and mooli. So just a tiny bit of black salt goes in it. A tiny bit of red chili powder, just to give it a kick. And what we're going to do, we're just going to mix it up. So I think our donuts, the fermented lentils are ready. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to switch off the heat. Make sure you switch off so it's not going to burn. So I'm just going to take this out, the fermented lentil donuts. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave this pan just on the side. So, Be very careful with the pans. So this goes on the side. Our lentil donuts, the fermented one, are ready. I'm just gonna let it cool down a little bit. Now the main element of this dish is the tamarind water, what we're gonna make it. So what I've got over here, I've got some tamarind pulp, a diluted one tamarind pulp, which I'm just gonna add in a bowl. A little bit of water, but just add like 200 ml of water approximately. So in goes the water in it. So in this water, what I'm gonna add, I'm just gonna add some spices here. I'm here to show you guys how to mix the spices with the other elements. So it's gonna be a fantastic one here. So the first spice element, what I'm gonna add is a chili powder. Just a tiny bit of chili powder. Black salt, that's my favorite. It gives you that umami flavor. Green chilies, just a little bit of green chilies. You can always add, the spice element after mixing everything. If you want it more spicy, you can add the spices later on. It's not a problem at all. So I've got, and this is one of the another ingredient which I'm going to add is called Asafoetida. This is a kind of a substitute that we use in Indian cooking instead of a garlic. A lot of people, they don't eat garlic. So just a pinch of it in it. And what we're going to do is just to mix them one up. And we're just going to have a taste of it. This is perfect. It's giving you that kick. It's got the chilies in it. It's a really, really humble dish. I think the most influential person was Michel Roux. Been in the Roux Scholarship a lot of time, 3 times, 1 time semi-finalist, 1 time finalist in 2012. He teaches you the essence of humble cooking and how you bring the humble cooking into a different level altogether. Next thing is we are going to make a nice mint and coriander chutney. So for that I've got approximately 1 bunch of mint, approximately 1 green chili, which I am just going to break and just put it in it. If you want a bit more spicy, I like my food a bit more spicy, so I'm going to add 1 more chili in it. The next thing which I am going to put is a little bit of lemon, just to give it a kick of squeeze of lemon. Just cut the lemon. We're just going to add lemon juice in it. So what I'm going to do is just take a blitzer, got everything in it, and we're just going to so this mint and coriander chutney is ready. We're just going to keep it a bit more coarser. That's fine, that's perfect. Now, very important thing with the donuts and the tamarind water is that these donuts need to be soaked overnight in the tamarind water in order to absorb all the flavor of the tamarind. So that's, we're just going to put this one in. So what I've already got in the fridge for you with some soaked one, which we're going to use it up. So really important with this dish is that you just need to plan this dish a day in advance. You can keep this in the soaked tamarind water for a longer time. It's not going to go bad. I've got a very, very nice earthenware dish. You can use anything for the garnishes, radish, some coriander cress, gives you a nice and vibrant color. Just to make it more funky, just to make it more, I'm just going to take a breakfast radish, just slice it up a little bit. There is so much of veganism in India that no one can ever imagine. The veganism has just come over to Europe and to UK and the rest part of the world just like 10 years back. But in India, it's been over there for centuries. So it's a big part of our culture. It's a big part of our food. So I've got some radish over here. I've got some cresses. I don't need the knife. Now is the main plating part of the dish, which we are going to do now. Really, really important to have the vibrancy in your color. First thing, what we are going to do, this carrots and mooli, which was already been ready, seasoned with a little bit of red chili powder. I'm just going to put this one in the bowl. Yeah. I'm just going to make a small little well inside. So there goes my mint and coriander chutney, just a little bit, not too much. It is going to give you a nice vibrancy in color. See, already the colors are coming up. It's looking, you really just want to dig in and just eat it. So So these are the already soaked lentil donuts, fermented one. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to put it on top of the carrot and mooli salad, which we have made it. Maybe one more. Just for the garnishes, I'm just going to put some radish in between. So next thing, I'm just going to take a few coriander cress, which is just going to go on top of the radish. Now with the tamarind water, what we're going to do is that we're just going to add the tamarind water on the side. Now just to finish it off, I've got some chili oil over here, which I'm just gonna drizzle it up on the top. So that's my dish with lentil fermented donuts. It's a savory one, not the sweet one. Don't mistake it by the word. And it's got a carrot and mooli salad at the bottom, mint and coriander chutney. So let's dig it in. And it's just amazing. The flavor of the tamarind, chili, the kick of chili, the green and mint coriander chutney. I think it's a marriage made in heaven. You need to try it at home.